All right, so let's start using the chords that we've learned. Going to use the C major chord, that's it, and we're going to use a Rhodes, I think, like that. So, and that's all we're going to do. And so we need to support that C major chord, and we're going to do that with a bass line. That's the one. So the one is basically staying on the root, which is the key of the song. So it's 5, 6, 1. 5, 6, 1. Something like from the 1950s or 40s. That's the one. So we're staying on the root. Now let's produce that. Let's take that idea and act as if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, I got this bass line. Do do do, dope, do do do, dope." And they say, "Can you produce that? Can you build that out for me? Because that's all I have." And then you would go, "Sure." And we would figure out what the tempo is. Oh, ironically enough, it's 100 BPMs. Now, BPMs means beats per minute. I have tons of videos. You could even put beats per minute in on YouTube, and you will be explained what beats per minute is. This one is basically 100 beats per minute. So in Logic, we're going to do a 2-bar loop, because that's what it's what it is. And we're going to hit record, and we're going to play our bass line, which is, but we're going to play that with a bass sound. Nice, right? Might be a little hot, but let's come down. We actually don't need to worry about how hot it is at the moment, but I don't want it to be hot in the beginning. So let's hit record and put that down. Okay. Logic has this thing where it doesn't always put things where it should be unless I quantize. And I don't like quantizing everything. I'll quantize a bit, but I want it to feel organic. All right, so now we're going to add our Rhodes part. And it was just, here we go. I think it was just quarter notes. Bones, bo-do-do. Let's see. Now we add the drums. Now, what are our drums going to do? So we're going to add some modern sounding drums. We could use drums from the 40s and 50s and make it sound classic, but let's kind of bring that into the modern day, since a lot of DJs and new producers would sample a track from back in the 40s and 50s and bring it in with a modern thing. So let's try this. Oh, there's a sample in there. We're going to use this snare. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there it is. We got our hi-hat, snare, and kick. That's all we need. So 1, 2, 3, and. And what we're going to do is we might quantize that just to see. Let's try 32. What happens a lot is now that you've got the drums in and the bass in, you might want to replay the bass based off the drums, because the click is one thing, the drums is another. The drums have more of a vibe and the inspiration is there. So let's use the drums. Whoa, where'd that come from? That was, all right, here we go. Try it again. And let's quantize that. Nice. And so let's go over here to Logic, and we're going to hit more. And we're going to turn the quantize down so it's not so perfect. It's subtle, but it's there. And then this one right here, this note right here, we're going to just quantize that one note, and boom, there it is. Now, this is the basics. This is the skeleton. So we might want to make that 4 bars. And think about it. Now we have a skeleton. A person is going to write to this. We could leave it like this, but what we're going to do is just add some horns that are going to help that C major chord. And that's all it's going to do. It's pop. We're just going to go on the other side of the rows. So 1, 2, 3, and. Or, I don't really like that. We're gonna play a fill. Alright, and we're gonna hit capture. And let's add one more thing. So this is feeling like a chorus, and we're gonna stay on the one, but we need to go into a verse. So we're gonna keep the bass and the drums where they are at 4 bars, and we're gonna do a verse is gonna be 8 bars. This is just stupid simple, and we're gonna accent the chorus, make the chorus sound a little bit more fuller by adding some more pads, or what's called a pad, or extra keys. Same chord, C chord on the 1. So I love to save my projects here, show projects, and we just need keys. We're just going to use extra keys, stuff that's, try that. How about Dream Piano D50? Ah, there it is. All right, so let's try that. 2, 3, and. So I've got an idea. So we're gonna go boom, da, boom, da, da. All right, so let's not use that. Let's use something else. How about this, Rhodes? This is what you go through when you, this is good. So it's more kind of fun, and it's you're kind of following what the vibe is. Cool. So, but actually, I honestly feel like it should be something a little bit more legato. So let's go down here to synths. Doesn't need to be anything big. Let's just try a regular. There it is, a synth pad. And now we can take it in any direction we want. But the synth pad is just gonna It's more of an electric vibe, more of a 70s and 80s. We can always use a subtle sound to take it anywhere. Ah, there we go. That might work with just the way. There it is. We just changed the sound. So now we want to use the same chord. And that's all. It's just going to be a chime. Remember, we're still on the 1. So let's try that. We're going to go from here. 1, 2, 3, and. Back into what we call the chorus. And the song is almost done. You just need a bridge. Boom. And so this is how we use these chords to write a song. And this is just one chord. So, and all we do now is just a little bit of gain staging. We had our level meter. We solo the bass. You know, you can do this in any order. The bass should be at -10. And it's right now, right there. That's where it should be. That's where we want it, -10. And we can take this in Logic, move it down to 10. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just doing slight gain staging. Now let's go to the drums. Drums should be -5, but the hi-hat should be someplace else. So, let's try this. That's not bad. So what I like to do, we're supposed to gain stage each instrument. So if we went to the snare, we want that snare to be at -5. There it is. And we want our hi-hat to be at -20. And we want our kick to be at -5. There it is. So when you put those all together, it's as long as you've done that much, we're good. Now we can listen to that. Okay, and the keys should be at -20. Nice. There you go. And if you don't want to go through all this, there's a plugin that you can get by IAIC. I'll leave a link in the description. And it does the gain staging for you. See, the horn part should be around -20 as well. And there's some other plugins I do use to hold it there. But now this is before any EQ or any other thing. So here's this should be at -20. Now we listen to the whole track and now there's some things we can use to bring these things out. This is by no means a final mix. This is just, oh, it's good enough. I can send it to a writer. We have a verse, we have a chorus, and we have a verse. And we could do a breakdown, and we can do the chorus out. Most songs today don't have bridges, but we'll get into bridges. But the point of today is the one chord. Talk to you later. Handle your business.